Hi, this is Scott with eTrailer, and today we're taking a look at and installing our CURT Class 3 hitch for our 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. The CURT Class 3 hitch for our Subaru is going to have a really nice gloss finish on it, and it is going to be a visible cross tube design, so you are going to see that a little bit, but it really doesn't stick out a whole lot on this one. It's pretty hid pretty well. It's a pretty heavy duty hitch. You're going to be able to tow smaller trailers with this one, like utility trailers and stuff like that. It's also going to give you more room in the back of your vehicle. Say you have a cargo carrier on the back and you're going camping, you got the kids and everything in there. It's going to give you a little bit more room options if you have a cargo carrier on the back of your Subaru. Another thing it's going to be good for is bike racks. Say you're going out to the trail, you're going to be able to pack all your bikes on there and still have room in the back for all your other stuff. This hitch is going to have a 525-pound tongue rating, and that's going to be pushing down on this portion of the hitch, and that's for, say, all the weight that you have with your cargo carrier and everything you have on that, or any of your bike racks with all of your bikes included on top of that. It's going to have a gross trailer weight rating of 3,500 pounds, and with that, it's going to be with your trailer and everything that you have on it. With that, you do want to check with your owner's manual and make sure that your vehicle is up to pulling that amount of weight, and you do not want to exceed that number. You want to stay under that number. As far as measurements go, from the top of our tube here to the ground, we're looking at right at about 13 3/4 inches. With that number, that's going to be the number you're going to need to know to decide if you need any raise in the shank of, say, your bike rack, so you have enough clearance in the back so the way you're not making any contact with the ground. This hitch is going to have a 5/8 pin opening here, and what that's going to do is lock in any of your accessories. Now, this pin will not come with this hitch, so you want to take a look at those here at etrailer.com, or some of your accessories may have some with them. Another nice option to look at with these is a locking hitch pin. What that's going to do is lock any of your accessories on so they can't just be pulled off when you're not around. And for your safety loops, you're going to have nice heavy-duty loops on this one. You're going to be able to have either clevis-style hooks or your S-style hooks. As far as installation is concerned with this hitch, it's really straightforward and pretty easy to do. Stick around and watch our video and we'll help you get it installed. To start our installation, we're going to have 3 rubber plugs on each side of our frame in the rear here. So what we're going to do is just take a screwdriver, or you can grab them with your fingers and just pop those out. We're going to need to open up this hole just a little bit so we can fit this through. You can see that it's not quite there. And also, we're going to have to be able to get our spacer plates through there as well. So I'm just going to use a burr bit and just widen this out a little bit until I have enough room to get the spacer plate and this through there. Back here by our front mounting hole, we're going to have a little bit of this sealant on here. What I'm going to do is trim some of this out so I can get this more flush. So when we get our hitch put in place, it's going to sit more flat. I'm just going to use a utility knife and just get some of that cut out of the way. Now with some of that sealant all trimmed out of the way, where I buzzed into this here, into the hole, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little paint and I'm just going to give it a little spritz on that, and that's going to keep it from rusting up. And we're going to do that on both sides. Do that on both sides and let it dry. Now we need to get our hardware in place, so we're going to take the fish wire from a kit and we're going to run right through our hole here in the rear to our access point. And just want to get it where the spring comes through. Take our spacer plate, run that up onto our fish wire, and then we'll follow that up with our carriage bolt. Just thread that up onto our fish wire. Now we can push our plate through, followed by our carriage bolt. Might have to jiggle it around a little bit. We'll get that to drop through, and we'll leave our fish wire on for now. Now we'll do the reverse method for our mounting hole here in the front. We'll put our spacer block onto our wire and thread our carriage bolt into our fish wire. Run our carriage bolt up in and through, followed by our spacer block. Now we can let that pop through there, and we'll just leave those in place for right now. We have these two extra spacers in our kit. What these are going to be for is we're going to use these as spacers towards the forward part of our hitch on both sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little clear tape and just tape those in place over our holes on both sides. And once I get them taped on, I'll go ahead and cut out the circle so it'll go right on to our hardware that we have already installed. Now we just want to line up the hole and get our tape on there. That's just going to hold it in place so it doesn't move around while we're getting it up onto our hardware. I can poke a little hole through this, just enough so our hardware goes through, and we'll do that on both sides. Now with an extra set of hands, we'll get our hitch put in place. Just want to run our wires down through our hitch before we get it up in there. And now we'll just push it up into place. Now we just want to get our hardware started, just enough to hold it in place. Run it up with your fingers as far as you can, at least the one there. We'll go back through and snug down all of our hardware. Now we'll come back through and torque down our hardware to the specifications listed in our instruction manual. And that was a look at our CURT Class 3 hitch for our 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. I'm Scott with eTrailer. Thanks for watching.